Good morning. It's been quite a week, hasn't it? I'll start with something more serious first, which is this whole shift that I've noticed in terms of the vax versus anti-vax, and the fact that all of a sudden local governments, Buddha Blasio is always like, well, whatever you want to do, you should do, privacy, yada, yada, yada. Suddenly he's mandating that people do need to get vaxxed. In New York City, 40%, in New York, I'm not sure if it's just New York City, but New York, 40% of our healthcare workers are not vaccinated. Isn't that insane? But anyway, now there's this sort of mandate you can't come to work, or you have to be then tested every single week, and it's on you. And then one of the things that I found most interesting was that in Nashville, there's a very conservative radio host by the name of Phil Valentine, I think it is. And he had been always, I think this is sort of a hoax. They shouldn't, force you to do this. Anyway, he is now in the hospital, very seriously ill with COVID. And all of a sudden now his whole family, his brother, his wife, everybody's like, oh no, he was never anti-vax, but he probably wasn't sufficiently pro-vax. Anyway, so the whole family, except for poor Phil, have now gotten vaxxed. So I think that's kind of an interesting turn of events. And then the thing that the French president put out about how he feels about people having to get vaxxed is superb. Anyway, so that happened. And then also, I think most of you know how I feel about crime and being soft on crime and all that. So I thought it was very interesting to see Barbara Boxer, the liberal from California, her reaction to getting mugged, how she couldn't understand how anyone could mug a grandmother. Wake up, Barbara, join the real world. This is what's happening to all of us. I've seen 3 assaults on my street in the last couple of months. So if there are no repercussions for crime, this is what happens. So we'll see. Anyway, on to better and nicer subjects. One of them is the fact that this week I have been celebrating birthdays, not mine, but other people's all week. And it's been fabulous. And it's been great. Like on Monday and Tuesday, for example, restaurants jam-packed. So I just think that's a fabulous thing. So that's been really great. My favorite restaurant is probably Peak. It's just, they are phenomenal up there. I took my friend Sherry there on Tuesday night, and we just had an amazing time. And then one of the other things that happened while we were up there, and I'm writing about that in number 2 below, is all these TikTok proposals that are happening. So we went out, they let us just go out on the edge for a moment after we had finished eating. And there's this big thing, it's like 101 floors up, right? And they've got this thing where you can lie down on like a glass thing, and you can look down 100 stories. And there's this big crowd around, and this guy's proposing to this girl. And of course, everyone's cheering, it's kind of this whole TikTok proposal thing. And then they told me that this happens like several times a day. And I'd actually seen a proposal in the restaurant at Peak while I was there one of my last times. I've got a video of that down below also. So this is a big thing. And by the way, this sort of shows you also the difference between example of TikTok versus Instagram. So on TikTok, there are 4 billion views of hashtag proposal. On Instagram, it's only, I think, like 3 million. So everything is really going in this TikTok thing. So anyway, so that's that. And then another thing, and this is also about sort of goes around the whole thing with birthdays. I want to do a big shout out to this woman, Samantha French. She lives in New York. She's an artist, and her partner, I think his name is Andrew Hauk, I think is the name. Let me just check. No, Aaron Hauk. Both of them are originally from the Minneapolis area. She's from a place called Nisswa. I'm probably getting all the pronunciations of these things wrong. And he's from Brainerd. Anyway, she went back for her dad's 70th birthday. in this little town of Niçoise, and the dad who owns a coffee roastery and also owns this building where the brother has a brewery. So he's like, wouldn't it be great if you, like, for the town did a mural, because both she and Aaron are mural painters. They live up in the Catskills now. Anyway, so they did, and it's gorgeous. And I reached out to her, and she Dropboxed these photos for me, and I just think it's fabulous. So that's number 3 below. So that is it. I hope you enjoy the blog today. I certainly have enjoyed writing it, and that's it. Till next week. Bye.